Coco was like, I'll be at the top and the bottom. So
Wow.
Yeah.
And we can't throw that Andrew.
Okay, let's have it.
Nathan, Samoa was the best hot dog. Like anything you can get at Stone Island.
Samoa is terrible. To support Samoa and this dumbass argument about what I said being a fallacy. She believed AI first. She was like, well, AI says it's only.
No, but you know why? But you know why though? I never got to speak to her about this because I saw the prompt. All she did was like facilitate Samoa's version. She wasn't in here enough to hear what actually was the case, right? So she didn't know. She just said, "Hey, I'm gonna type in what Samoa's saying," right?
I'm saying she typed it in, right? And she typed in what I was saying at one point.
Hold on.
But
yeah.
But
so what I did though,
but she did.
So Nathan, but I did do what Nathan said. I took his entire narrative. I didn't add anything that Samoa said, and I also included his reasoning through my lofty recordings that I don't record. I'm just kidding about that. I just had to play on that. But no, I recorded, annotated with a pen, right, while you were telling me, and then I put word for word what you said, Nathan. It was only your thing, and then I challenged and went back and forth with ChatGPT over and over and over.
I get it.
Only because of what you said, though. It was only because of what you said and how you explained it. It did say it was.
You know what? I think A is the fucking top guy, actually. And I would consider A.
And you're counting A-Block as being in your... Yes.
Yeah, but what I was saying was that Bima relied on the Chat GPT to give her the answer. And the Chat GPT was wrong. She didn't use her own reasoning skills. She let Chat GPT do it. And this is why I don't give... That's what I'm trying to say. I don't give her that credit because she didn't use her own intelligence to determine, because if she did think about it on her own, she would have realized that it wasn't a fallacy. Like, that was common sense. It wasn't a fallacy. It was so easy.
Yeah. And also, your Mike, you know who beat up A in the debate, right?
Who?
Just think about it.
I am who?
Some people call him Knowledge. Some people call him.
I didn't hear.
Ask him.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, that's enough.
Where's Incan at, you guys? Did he leave the app?
Yeah, Incan is. I don't know, but Incan made a good
He's
debater.
scared of you, Andrew.
Incan has probably been stuck in traffic for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was talking to him for a long time.
You remember that shit?
I do. That was weird, dude. He was serious. It seemed like kind of.
He's like, yo, how did you find me on TikTok? Like, what in the world? I'm
He's all. It's completely unassociated with anything in my life. There's nothing about it. There's no identifiers. There's no markers. There's nothing.
I'm surprised you remember that too, Andrew.
Yeah, he's like, I only post cars. I don't do anything about anything. I don't
remember that.
He's all, and all of a sudden I'm getting, all of a sudden Andrew from Andrew from Clubhouse is following me. I was like, he's like, bro, what are you doing? You work at NSA, CIA? What's up? No, he's pretty funny. But where is Incan though? Did he leave the app? Because I actually like Incan, and I think Incan is actually good.
Oh, he gets busy.
He just gets busy. He does car stuff, and then he's a truck driver, so he does a lot of things.
It's so funny, sort of, because when you come into the room, sometimes I think you're Incan for some reason. Incan, Rincan, I don't know, but I see it, I'm like, oh, Incan's here.
Incan, Rincan.
No, they have the same. They around the same age. They have the same lingo. You know. So.
Yeah, no, I think it's only like a year older than me now that I'm thinking about it.
And it's not the same voice, but the cadence in some ways kind of.
They're both women, and
Yo, I hate this new emoji feature. I'm trying to react to myself.
I know, it pisses me off, because now it tells me when I'm laughing at someone and they know I think they're funny, and that also pisses me off.
Right.
And I'm like, I still don't like you, but you're funny. But I still don't like you.
I wish you could do both.
Just think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
When I think someone says something mad retarded up in here, now y'all know for sure I know you think you're retarded.
Yeah, I just don't like how it snitches on me, because I don't like that. And some people will think I like them just because I think they're funny, and it's not true.
No,
you do like them because they're funny.
Yeah, I will. But doing the heart thing is pretty cool though, because you can give them like direct encouragement. You know, like they'd be a little more.
No, some people don't need that.
Some people don't need that, but no, I didn't say across the board. I'm just saying being able to do. I agree with it would be cool if you could do both. It'd be cool if you could do both. Like you could still do the original.
Listen,
Just around
how do I put
stuff,
this?
Margie.
Some of y'all, I genuinely think that your mama gave you sour titty milk. Genuinely. I truly think that with my heart and soul. And that's
Isn't titty milk all sour? Isn't it all sour?
I don't know. I never tasted mine. And I'm pretty sure I was formula fed.
Bahamas.
So, to anyone who's tasted it,
That's why he's changed up
I
so much.
I have tasted it. It's pretty sour.
Beantown.
Tasted it. It did not taste sour.
I think it
We
depends on
landed
what you
in
eat.
this one spot. Look at us.
That's Mike's pre-workout.
He landed in this place right here. You see what the Camaro is?
No, just remember, so
That-
I only
that
said
one house right there on the left.
This is a teaching moment, but Mike depends
That's a duplex with a
Nathan, I'm trying to
Step that,
educate
Brent.
Mike on
stole power
something real
from that
quick
line.
before-
Draw it to the house. We have power. Brenton, right here, Miss Lady.
Headed, you were.
This way he used to. There was a babysitter over there, so he used to go over there by Miss Lady, and Brendan didn't talk like fast. I was off micing.
Nathan, you're hot micing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no. So, Mike, depending on how you sourced your boob milk, I just wanted you to know, don't put your mouth on the boob, because then the boob is gonna get confused and it's gonna put different like antibodies and nutrients in the boob milk. So
No, I didn't do that. Like you
You said you
put it-
tasted it.
Yeah, I did. I didn't suck it out of the breast, but you can
Oh, you
squirt
pussy.
out. You gotta like, you gotta be a little more creative. Like, nah, bro. Like you've never. I mean, after 2 kids, a lot of titty milk. Like I
Only
tasted it.
real
I'm
men
just
suck it
kidding.
from the nipple.
Dude, I've done a lot of weird shit. You know.
Okay, honestly though, like if his wife had a clogged duck, I could see it.
Oh yeah, because that's painful,
Sometimes
isn't
I
it?
get Oh my
Yeah,
god,
but
it's so
she's
painful.
had it. She's had it before. She just has this. You can use those machines, or there's this little plastic thing where you squeeze it and then you put it on like the breast, and then it's just always kind of like pulling breast
Oh,
milk
the little
out.
drippy things.
Yeah, you
To
just
like
walk
collect the
around
residual.
like
Oh
just
yeah, no,
walk
I
around
had
with that shit
those.
on all day. But I've tried it. Like, you've never tried your own milk?
Mike, you gotta stop. You guys lie.
pumps that you like put in your no, but
Why?
that's also I don't know. I just thought it was weird, but I also like I was just so turned off by like breast
You
milk
have
after a
tried
certain
your
point.
own
Because like
milk. I
I
don't
wasn't
believe
over. No, I haven't. I used to do a lot of stuff. Like I made soap with my breast milk. I made popsicles for my babies with it. I actually donated it too. I used to donate it to the women's shelters
Not a
and whatnot. I did a
drop,
lot of stuff.
nothing?
Yeah. Nope.
That's very hard to believe.
No. My husband's tried it. Like I gave him a little.
So
cup
how
of
did
it
he
once to
try it?
put-
Did he suck it out of your breast?
No, he
See?
took like
There you
no,
go.
he took a little cup of it, like one of the little bottles, like one of my milk storage bottles, and then he put it in his coffee, and I was like,
Did he
what
say
the
it
fuck
tasted
is-
sour?
No, he said it tasted very sweet, almost like oat milk.
Yeah, exactly.
It was very funny. I laughed at him. I was like, why in the coffee? Why not one of the little popsicles that I make? And he was like, I don't know. I didn't want to take the popsicles from the kids.
That breast milk is fucking magic, though, man. Like,
Oh yeah, put that on some of your acne. It makes your skin so soft. It's good for brain development. It's good for
Why are
a
you
lot of
laughing,
things.
Andrew? It really is, bro. I promise.
I'm
Like,
telling you, man.
No, I'm laughing. He said about putting it on acne. What you're saying, Mike, you're just kind of, you're like, bro, I've done some weird stuff.
I have. No, I
You're-
Mike, you ever tried it with rum?
with rum?
You mean like a
Wow.
eruption?
I don't drink alcohol.
Why don't you guys just start talking about eating placentas?
Nathan is not that.
Oh my God! Did I ever tell you my placenta story?
I'm gonna leave the room, bro.
What? You
No. Listen, I have one where I basically wasted my money.
I remember that.
Wait.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the story.
I didn't hear.
What happened now?
So basically, my son's born, and there's this nurse in there, and she's like, "What do you guys want to do with the placenta?" I was like, "You hear about this kind of thing?" And she's like, "I know a lady that can like whatever." And then my wife's like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." I was like, "All right, I'm all happy. Everything is good, and like it was a good, clean, fucking easy birth, right?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, whatever." So I'm on the phone. I'm talking to this lady. She's very nice. How much is it gonna be? She's like $300. I was like, shit. I thought it was gonna be like $1,500 or some shit. I was like, 300, cool. So I hang up the phone. She's on her way. Then I call back and I'm like, hey, so how exactly do you do this, right? Because she didn't sound like a professional. She sounded just like a person. And then I was like, she's like, oh, I'm in my house and I do it with this blender and I put it in the oven. And I'm like, ugh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Were you
I didn't
gonna
have the
eat
heart to say
placenta?
no. What?
Were you gonna eat it? I'm
No,
not
I was
judging.
not
I'm
gonna
just
eat
like,
it.
Capsulized
I'm telling
it?
the story. Yeah, that, okay,
oh,
so
you can
then,
just do that at home, bro.
oh my
Do
God,
that at home.
no, I don't do that at home. So anyways, look, you have no idea, I am a legitimate, like, not just saying this, I'm a germaphobe. It affects the quality of my life at times. It affects my parenting's fucking, like, skills too, bro. It sucks sometimes.
It's okay. It's okay, Mike.
Sometimes, but
I was a
sometimes
lot
it's
of
not.
things before I had kids.
But let me finish this shit. So I call and she comes, she puts it in a fucking bag, and then she puts it in like this cooler, you know? And I'm like, it's like a cooler that you get like at fucking Target or some shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. I haven't necessarily paid the money yet. Oh, I've already paid the money. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just happy that my kid's born. So a week later, she hits me up and she's like, hey, I have it ready. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Let me get back to you. Like, I just text her back. I'm my client. And then I start looking it up. I start Googling it. And then I put it in ChatGPT in the sense of how it was done. And I was like, read that shit. I was like, nope, I'm not doing this shit. Fuck that, bro. I call my wife.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I did. And I call my wife and I'm like, hey, we're not doing this shit. She's like, why? But because I fucking read it, it could potentially harm the baby. This fucking dude, ugh, what if you like get someone else's fucking shit in your pills because she didn't clean the blender enough or something? Apparently they like blend it up and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I never responded back to the lady. Keep the fucking money, keep the pills. I don't want to have anything to do with that. So look, I'm not wealthy, but I'm not taking a chance. So you think about it, cost benefit analysis, $300 or
Wait, so
fraction.
is
Say it
your
again?
wife's? So does that mean she just has your wife's placenta?
No, she has them in pills. Yes. that she cooked in her own oven. That's disgusting. Like, I want it to be in a facility where they're like wearing gloves and fucking it's cold and it smells like fucking chemicals because they clean it. Not a fucking house, dude. You know? I don't know. It just didn't seem right. And guess what? We didn't need it because she's fine. And my kid's fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Fuck it. Andrew really left.
Damn.
He said eating the placenta.
Some people do that shit.
A placenta hamburger? You make it into a beef patty?
It's like a
That shit's
steak.
like-
You know, do that shit.
I have a picture of my wife. I took a picture of everything. I was like, we're gonna remember all this shit.
Yo, I have to say, I went to, so my wonderful sister brought me to like this amazing biocyclic vegan farm. It's like only the one in the United States. Anyway, it was so much fun. We had such a great time, cooked outdoors. While we're in there, there were dietary vegans and ethical vegans there. So you already knew, and we ate in a very intimate setting. So it was like one long, like, Batman table, you know, and we all sat and talked and, you know, whatever. So we got to know everybody there. There was only about a dozen of us there. And we're talking, and you could definitely tell between the ethical vegans and the dietary vegans, because the ethical ones obviously were focused on love, peace, happiness. Dietary ones were like, I don't give a fuck about no animals. I just want to eat because I eat this, whatever. So this one non-ethical vegan, she was dietary vegan, started shitting on vultures. And I was so upset by that. I'm like, why are you going to pick on fucking vultures? And I was so upset. So anyway, I went to ChatGPT and I was like, ChatGPT, talk to me about vultures and like what role they play in the animal kingdom, because I always find it so interesting. No matter what you put in there, like whatever you find, you'll always find like some crazy new, like without this thing, the entire ecosystem will like fucking collapse. So it turns out that vultures have the stomach acid similar to battery acid, one of the only species on the planet, like next to fucking sharks. Their stomach acid is so it's like battery acid that it can literally like digest rabies and anthrax and all of this other shit. And it is vultures are nature's clean up animals. So I said, so explain to me like what would happen if vultures like went extinct tomorrow. And it was like, if only vultures went extinct tomorrow, there would be such rampant disease and viruses and rabies. The planet would be like fucking overconsumed, because what would happen is other animals that don't have the same amount of battery acid type stomachs, they would end up eating these carcasses and shit, and then they would spread the disease and shit would like get totally out of control, because they wouldn't be able to evolve fast enough for their stomach acid to adapt to make sure that they kill these viruses. So I'm reading about these fucking vultures. So cool. Also, the hair on their head, why they have like bald heads, is they evolved that way because when they're eating all these like bacterias and viruses and shit, because it gets like messy on their head, so they would pluck their hairs out, and so that's why they evolved to like not have hairs on the top of their head. And also, they can smell death up to like 3 miles away. They know like when death is coming, like they can even tell by gases miles and miles away from the different. But anyway, just shout out to the vultures.
Shout out to the vultures, man. Jesus.
I'm gonna put that on a mug. And they even have like these hierarchies, because there are different types of species of vultures, and some of the vultures like will only eat the bone. And so like 70 to 90% of their meal consists of bone. So they'll like the other vultures come and grab that shit first so they could break open the bone marrow and shit. Anyway, but yeah, so, or the other vultures will pick off the body and then they'll come and pick up the bones. Like, it's pretty cool. Oh, Matt, do you have a topic? I love people love me so much. Matt loves me so much. Thank you, Matt. I love you too. The point of mentioning the bone was because no other birds have that diet. So it was also just very interesting. And they even dressed themselves up in like this red soil so they could like tell each other apart because there's like this hierarchy. So this, I forget what type of vulture it is. I'm gonna say that it's it might be the bone crusher one, but they their feathers aren't like naturally red. They bathe in red iron rich soil and they dye themselves.
My fucking ears was bleeding. Oh my fucking god.
I'm sorry, am I having audio problems? What's going on here? No, everybody just wants to complain about what I'm talking about and then not offer anything. Welcome. Oh, you're here now? Oh, you just got here? You just got, whoa, welcome. Hey. every fucking oh, poor guy. Well,
Everyone's not complaining, by the way.
I know. And everyone is always like welcome to Brain Topics. It's how like we get diversity of topics because sincerely I have to like rotate through news sources or it will like start only showing me what I hovered over, not even clicked on, just hovered over for too long. And that's an issue with me and every algorithm ever. So I have to like add new news sources ever so often. I also like checking trending topics. Twitter is both a shithole and
Now my eyes are bleeding. Oh my god.
Good. I'm glad your eyes are bleeding.
I don't know. Something about you.
That way you
That's from
you
watching
can't
that
see.
monkey shit, bro. You gotta stop that, dog.
No, it's from staring at that. What's it? The laptop TV. No, that would be the TV in a suitcase that you paid $1,300 for when you could have just got an iPad. Anyways,
That's stupid.
Yeah, well, so is a TV and a laptop.
It's also a chessboard. Do you think about that?
No.
Exactly. It's like the perfect contraption for somebody like me.
It's not.
Everybody, they just say, oh, it's a niche for someone. I'm like, oh, it's a niche for me.
For you. And just you. And how many of you are there?
A couple of us. There's different types of me. Some people prefer to stand by me where it's like a whole stick and a like thing. Me, I'm a stand by me gold type of nigga.
I don't know what that means.
That's the name of the TVs that the LG series is Stand By Me. So I got the Stand By Me Gold because it's on the go in the suitcase. The Stand By Me 2, it looked like a little portrait that you hang on the wall, but it's a TV iPad thing. So it's three types. You got the Stand By Me, the Stand By Me with a pole, and the Stand By Me on the wall.
Okay. Anyways, you can hang most TVs now. I don't think they make TVs that you can't mount anymore. And that's so cool.
Well, it's military graded, the suitcase, so it's like ain't nothing could fuck it up. So you could take it camping, you could take it to work.
So what are you, James Bond? You need a
you know what?
suitcase.
You know it's cool like that. It's like it's
not.
perfect gadget.
It's not cool at all.
like the Stand By Me with the pole because you can roll it as you go.
How long is the reserve battery?
What you said, Sexy Lips?
No, I don't want to talk. How much is the reserve battery?
Wait, what are you talking about? The TVs?
Yeah, if you take it camping.
3
No,
hours.
what you mean? It's free. It's yours. So you can take it with you.
Yeah, she's saying how long will the battery last, and you already said.
Oh, it lasts 3 hours. 3 hours. If you can keep a battery pack, or you can charge it, or plug it in. The new Nintendo Switch lasts 3 hours. So I'm realizing like every portable, the maximum is like 3 hours, except like the old school Switches. Those are different. Even though they're like Io said, they're 10 years behind and shit. They last longer in battery than every new one. So I was also tempted to say fuck the new Switch and get the OLED, but it would still be 30 frames per second, but it would look nice. And I'm not somebody that looks stupid like that. Fuck at the point of looking nice where it don't look right. And you could go on Clubhouse with it. Did you think about that?
I don't want it, don't need it, and would prefer to never. I'd like to go back to like 5 hours ago when I didn't know it existed.
You're not lying. You know that shit is cool. Like, you're a hater.
If someone presented me with the option to go back in time and change any event in history, I would not change any world event.
If a
I
Chinese...
would merely go back 5 hours and mute you.
If a Chinese woman in a business suit sold it to you and told you the facts about it and the pros, you would have bought it.
No, but I did see this morning that 2 Chinese nationals who were working in I want to say Michigan university, were caught with, have been detained for smuggling biohazard material that could have potentially impacted the food chain here in the States. Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm. Does it got to do with the tariffs a little bit? Like, can there ever be a connection to that?
I don't know. They didn't give a whole lot of information.
Because, like, I thought the tariffs wasn't going to affect me except with stocks. But now that I couldn't get a switch because of fucking tariffs, I was like, this is some bullshit. Right. Like, shit never becomes personal until it affects you.
You're exactly who and where I think you are.
Yeah, I'm on phone. You're making funny noise. It's all good, Papa.
In an asylum.
Yeah, the alarm in the background is...
It was the alarm. It was someone making funky noises. It was like, yeah, exactly who I think he.
She's cute. She's got a little dizzy. You see what I'm talking about, Kuju?
Now y'all made me miss whatever B-Mo was talking about, unless someone wants to fill me in.
You can't let these white women, like, destroy you like that, Tyler. Like, fuck that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alaska, why would you call yourself that? You're not even from the States.
It's my name.
Like, somebody really named you that? That's cute.
What alarm is that?
Wait, when you said, well, what?
What alarm is that I can hear?
You can hear it? Oh, shit. Nathan keep telling me about that shit. Fix it. See, now you don't hear it no more. No more beep beep. Yeah, I heard it, but I ain't pay attention to that shit because it was bothering me. So I wanted to be healthy. I ate some falafel, and I feel that's really healthy because it's beans. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fuck y'all niggas ate.
Yeah, I've never thought about that. But I guess chickpeas are beans, right?
Duh, chickpeas is beans. Peas are beans. The fuck? Mike is a nutritionist, so he would tell you that beans are fibery beans. Peas are fibery beans. That's what he would tell you. They fibery.
Peas?
Yeah, they fibery beans, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't rely on those to eat for fiber. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't. Beans in general, yes, are good, but like I eat like pinto beans and black beans. Those are like my favorite.
You don't like
hummus though
chickpeas?
too. I do. I know. I eat like hummus and stuff.
Oh hell yeah, I love hummus.
Hold on. Peas and beans are not the same thing?
That's what he
Well,
said.
I don't think.
It's like saying people, and then like you have different types of people. I don't know if they're a bean. I've never thought a pea is a bean. But even if it is a bean, I wouldn't rely on eating peas for like fiber. But I mean, because I haven't, I know I could be wrong.
You know the Jamaicans love rice and peas. You know what they cats eat? Jamaican cats eat mice and peas.
Sorry.
The Caribbean people don't like that joke.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about our food. That's why we don't play our food.
Oh, you Jamaican?
Just a mom. Yeah.
Oh, you wanted old Jamaican, like a yellow one. That's cool. I would never thought that.
Oh, I didn't say Happy Father's Day, Matt. Happy Father's Day, Psych. Happy Father's Day, Tim. Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't wait for that day.
What did you say?
Thank you, guys.
I ain't gonna front. I was thinking about this stupid shit so much that I assumed my son's graduation was tomorrow. So mind you, I don't like talking to his mother. So if I call her, it's like, fuck it. I call her like, yo, it's graduation tomorrow, right? Because I'm getting ready for get my haircut and shit. She's like, no, it's Wednesday. I'm like, oh, shit. Yo, if I would have never called the ass, I would have went to their school, standing there looking stupid.
Even worse, you would have missed your kid's graduation.
No, I would have just been early, like 3 days early. I would have went to the other one, like, the fuck? I just typed, like, damn. I knew, like, I was so busy focused about the switch that I knew it was this week. I was prepared for it. But I don't know why I assumed it was tomorrow. And I had a dough today. I was like, yo, I told my coworker, I said, yo, I'm about to go get a haircut and get some clothes, man. And he like, word, do you think? Something said call to double check. And she said that I was mad hype. I was like, yeah.
What is your son graduating? Kindergarten?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Both of their graduations this week. One on, I don't think it's this week. One on 18th and one on 25th. I got to finish.
You guys seen the story where a lady got mad at the quote-unquote boyfriend or husband for going to the daughter graduation as opposed to the girlfriend college graduation?
Yeah, I seen that.
I know, and I think if you're in a relationship with people with children, you should expect to come after the kid. It's not even a if and but or maybe.
And the only one who could make the sacrifice and say, you know what, it's time I may put that first, is the father of them kids. Because he sacrificed for both of them, and in that regard.
Yeah, but considering the states of women these days, I don't know if I would put if that would come before my kids though. So
never put a person before your kids. Your kids are forever and people are not.
Your kids aren't even forever because some of them grow up to hate their parents and then cut their parents off. So not even your kids. They'll also admit it.
yeah, but even in that case,
You
as a
really
parent,
shit the bed for that. You really gotta suck for that.
but even as a parent, your kids are your kids, regardless. Whether they want to speak to you or not is their problem. They're still your kids. So you still have an obligation to those kids, whether they like you or not.
I know so many grown people that still blame their parents, like in their 30s, 40s, that still blame their parents for the problems they have going on today. That shit blows my mind. You are fucking 30-something years old, still blaming what your parents did to when you were like 6 or 7. You didn't get enough this, you didn't get enough that. They didn't fucking do this, whatever. They yelled at you. It's shit like that just blows me away. That people still.
Man, I'm just saying. My parents may have fucked me up early on. I cannot blame them for any bullshit that happens from this point forward. I'm 24, turning 25. I'll be damned if I'm a goofy motherfucker that does that. I high key judge that shit. I'm sorry.
I'll say
I don't talk to my mum's side. Oh, sorry. I don't talk to my mum's side. I've forgiven them, but they don't need to be in my life. So, yeah.
That's a very healthy way of living.
Amen to that.
You know what? Yeah, a lot of women energy right now, and I'll just say this. I'll start with 2 things. Pocket, you sound very different. That's number 1. Number 2, I feel a person should be able to say what they're not afraid of and what they're afraid of. Right? Now, if I'm being frank and if I'm being real honest, not be afraid of social, what you call that? Social, whatever the fuck it is. I'm afraid of women. And I feel they're dangerous.
As you should be.
I feel like it's nothing to be. It's not nothing cute. It's nothing to be proud of. No, think about it. If you seen a rapist, you wouldn't say no. Look, listen. If you seen a rapist, you wouldn't say, "Oh my God, he's so cute that I'm scared of him." No, I look at you like predators. Now you're not the common type of predator where you look like a big old monster. No, you do it more subtle, more cunningly, like as if you was influenced by the devil himself, like a serpent. So, yeah, I'm afraid of y'all women because y'all cause trouble. See, like, even the scenario that Matt brought up, that woman caused trouble for that man's relationship with his kids, and he had to put an ultimatum. That is trouble. One of the most things that could... No, look, I'm going to end it right here. One of the most troubling... Look, I got you right now, look. One of the most troubling things for a man... Yes, one of the most troubling things for a man is the ultimatum given by a woman. Yes.
All right.
Who's giving out ultimatums?
Yo, Pocket's the fuck, man.
If you as a parent choose your part, how do I put this? Men do this too. They make women choose between the kids all the time. Like, it's a both gender thing shit. It's a 78 gender thing, whatever, y'all. In the name of Pride Month, let me be politically correct. It's all genders. It's all orientations. People are weird, and they want to put themselves before kids, and it's weird.
Wow.
No, I agree. It's weird. If you're in a relationship with someone who had a kid prior, yeah, you should expect that. I think that comes with the territory. But I got a question though. So you guys don't think parents are responsible for the way their kids become adults? So you don't think parents that give their kids nothing and now they are insufficient adults, it's not the parents' fault?
No. I'm a little biased because my parents absolutely screwed me over multiple times, and I'm still a very functioning adult, and you can see that.
But
the lack of or the stuff that you were not given, and I'm not talking about like financial stuff, right? I'm talking about
Oh,
psychological
no, I mean, like, no, my daddy didn't
educational
put me
stuff.
enough.
But
My daddy
you
didn't
don't
put me
think
enough. They didn't put me in the best schools, and I'm still out here functioning.
You are ungrateful
no,
for the
I think there's a difference between functioning at 1 and functioning at 10. I think your potential is 10, but functioning at 1 is acceptable because you are functioning. But I do think maybe the parents fail to parent.
I mean,
If our children are sponges and they absorb what we put in them, isn't it part on the person putting stuff on the sponge?
when it comes to being a child, Matt, yes, it does. You know, my parents I come from a house of, addicts. You know, it got really tough growing up, but when I grew up and realized they didn't get rid of me, they didn't give up on me, we all struggled. Yes, we were homeless at some times, and, they didn't give me that psychological, sometimes emotional support that I needed. But when I grow up, I realized people are human. Some parents aren't ready to be parents, and they still do it anyways, regardless what issues they're going through. So you got to realize that, once you're grown, once you're past that age to where you know what's right and wrong, you shouldn't be blaming your parents for anything. If you have that mindset. Now, if you've been so psychologically abused that you cannot function, of course, yes. But if you're grown and you're able to work, you got your bills paid, you know what's right and wrong, you got good relationships, I don't think you should be blaming anybody except yourself.
You know what? I think there are fundamental things that a parents give a child. Even in your case, they give you the ability to actually say, I'm going to take responsibility for this and that. Some people didn't get that, and I think that's probably why they are blaming their parents, because they do understand there are certain skills or certain psychological maturity that I need that I never got. And sometimes it's too late to get those things because you're already set in your way. And I do think the parent should be held responsible, not responsible in a legal way, but that parent should also be held, responsible for this, accountable. They should be held accountable for being bullshit parents.
We forget that our parents are humans. We forget that they was once children and somebody else's child.
Exactly.
The way you look at your parents is not the way that mama and daddy used to look at them niggas. You look at your mommy and daddy like they was heroes, but their mommy and daddy look at them like they babies. Until you able to look at every individual in the world as somebody else's child or your mama's child, you always gonna be selfish to an extent. Jesus realized this shit long ago when the motherfucker said, even the pagans love their own. It's natural for us to love our own. Natural like a motherfucker. It's unnatural for me to love each and every one of you, but I do it because I'm more righteous than you. I'm better than you. And I'm like that so you could become better yourselves. You are weak in the sense of you lack love and you lack the ability to actually love others. So let this be a lesson to you weak motherfuckers. You weak individual. You sorrowful bastards. Because you are fatherless because you lack God, the true father of us all.
Jacobus, have I ever told you that the cadence in your voice annoys me, and I think that's what makes you a really good troll? Is your voice?
No. See, if you was being honest like Pockets, it wets you in a certain place that irritates your dryness of your soul.
And so Nathan. Oh, okay.
Now, Loki, I think we can just prove your point. God said have patience. She doesn't have patience.
I have patience right now because I didn't say anything fucked up to Jacobin.
But you should have hugged me. You should have opened your hands with open arms.
No, see, here's the thing: is my silence is the hug. That's me being like, you know what? In my evening prayer, I'm gonna broad brush pray for all of you, including you, Jacobus. But no, I mean, I'm with, I agree with both Pockets and Matt. I just think it's one of those things where you can love your parents and forgive them and understand, that was somebody else's child, but you can also say, hey, man, I gotta be hands off with you because some of the stuff you did, we can't come back from that. I'll forgive you, but I'm still gonna keep my distance because I'm trying to protect myself and heal and be a functioning human being for my children and my future and the people around me because I'm trying to cultivate good, healthy relationships and not hurt anyone else.
If you saw your parents was autistic, you know what? If you found out they was autistic later, wouldn't you say they did a heck of a good job raising you the way they did being autistic? Even if they didn't know and you was to find out. You was to find out, oh shit, mommy and daddy autistic, and then you let them know. And then you actually analyze that they was good parents, even though they was autistic.
But I don't think that's an appropriate metric. That's a hypothetical.
All right, it don't gotta be autism. It could be your mama not knowing how to hug you when you crying. It could be her only saying when you crying, she said, "Here, eat a little something and go to bed." Some shit like that. I knew a friend whose mother said, "Fill up on bread" every time nigga said he was hungry. I thought that shit was abusive as fuck. But the Caribbean people, that shit is fucking natural. Like, sometimes a mother that spoils you may make you weak for the world. Remember that. Or a father that spoils you may make you weak. So sometimes them harsh parents, they wanted you not to do some stupid shit in the future.
Or your parents hated you. Or
narrative.
Yes. Sorry. Go on, Jim.
Sorry, what kind of struggle bus narrative are we talking right now?
Oh, Jimmy, your name is Jimmy? I might as well call you James, okay? So let's continue this conversation like that, James.
Who is this broken person right here advocating for fucking disgusting parents and like saying that it's a good thing to have inept fathers and fucking ridiculous mothers? Like, why?
So you
is
think
that
your
a thing
mother
that you
was
truly
perfect?
believe in?
You think your mother was perfect, Jimmy?
I don't think anyone's perfect. We're not born
So if
perfect.
your mother wasn't perfect,
she's not retarded. But she's not retarded.
So we're going to measure parents upon their mistakes. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, all mistakes aren't equal. Filling up on bread, filling a child's stomach on bread is more than a mistake. That's abuse. You get?
Wait, how is that
like
abuse if they ain't got it?
Creating a malnourished child is not a mistake, my guy. That sends you to jail. Because you can kill that child.
I don't think you grew up in the same era.
What are we talking about?
You're saying it like they had an option. Why are you saying that?
The option was to say, hey, I can't feed myself. Perhaps I shouldn't create. Perhaps I should not create a circumstance where I am not only incapable of taking care of myself, but now I have a self outside of myself that I also can't take care of.
Yeah,
so I'm not saying abort. I'm not saying abort if you're poor. I'm saying maybe just use condoms or something, just some preventative measures would be nice.
Yeah, how do you know they didn't lose their job? How do you know a parent didn't die? How do you know that there wasn't an industry that went away? How do you know that there wasn't a fucking insurrection and coup in the country?
Are you supposed to plan ahead?
Country?
Are you supposed to plan ahead? I would think.
Oh yeah, plan
I would think that you're. I would think that you would at least, if you insist on becoming a parent, you would at least be trying to think 18 years ahead.
Make sure you plan for the next war. Don't do anything with Israel, attacking Iran. Make sure you stop doing what.
Look, a lot of people got emotional from this topic, and I'm gonna just say it again. Love your parents. I know it's hard to.
I just want Concrete to go wherever Andrew is and accuse him of being a bad Christian while being what he is among us every day.
Charlie, chill. I'm ending right here, Charlie.
How are you today,
Charlie, chill. All I'm saying is this. I know it's difficult for you heathens to honor your mother. Listen, my brothers and sisters. I know it's difficult for you to honor your mothers and fathers.